Well, I Betty, I'm sorry, I didn't stuff I sent you didn't work too well. But the boy, it's a long, involved process. I mean, from the stuff I know and the stuff I find, like when you say that program for $45,000, I mean, that's a real program. Probably sent you the list, not sent you the list, but when I talk about it, I show where that is. See, there's so many programs that are different all over the country. So whether if you have a program there for $45,000 that not returned in 35 years, that may or may not be true. I don't know at this point without doing a whole bunch of research. And what I show you is really places that are likely to have that if you have one. And then also if it's to look at those organizations to see what they have. In other words, I think what's a wrong way of looking for help like this is looking for a specific thing, like going and asking people for a $45,000 grant. That I don't think is the right way to look for help, because they may or may not have it, and they may have something else that will solve your problem. And wouldn't be anywhere near that, or wouldn't be. So I think the best way to attack this is go to these sources and say, I need help. Okay. And so if they even have if they're not giving money, but they're only giving classes or something, I mean, tell you the truth, I think that's good. You got to do a lot of research, a lot of work, and find out all the stuff that may be where you live. And so if you go to those classes, and I don't know if they charge $50 or free or something like that, and maybe it doesn't make sense for you to do that. I don't know. We all have different lives, and I don't even know what the hell I do with my own life. So to tell somebody else to do with their life is a little presumptuous. But to really know all your possibilities, that's the kind of stuff you have to do. And that's why I gave you a list of mostly, there's a lot of nonprofits there, and they're the people that help. Like you calling a broker, I think you're never going to get anything that way, because already they want somebody who can get money to do things. You don't have money to do things. And they want to make a sale, and they only know how to make sale. See, what you're going to be eligible for are things that are outside the system. And so calling a broker and things like that, they're in the system, and they're looking for traditional ways. So you have to look for non-traditional ways, means even non-traditional ways of doing things. So to me, I would go through every nonprofit. Some of the links don't work and everything, because all my material gets dated, like everything else, like the phone book or anything. And unfortunately, that's it. But those that are there is to talk to somebody there at each one of these offices and ask them, hey, I have limited income. What kind of programs are there that I could get help with? Like even your housing authority, if you're in Cook County, I think you're in the Cook County, they have a housing authority, and to see if even, because they give vouchers and so subsidies for housing. So maybe that is available, because a lot of times they use those vouchers to help pay for buying a house. So and there's a broker doesn't get involved in anything because there's no money in there. So that's why you have to have an open mind for this. You have to talk about the problem bigger. Not sure a grant would be helpful and would solve all your problems. Somebody give you, but unfortunately, the system doesn't work that way. It has a lot of money. They call them all kinds of things. They may or may not call it grants. And you have to figure that out by doing the research and finding all the options that may or may not be there. And this is one group, Neighborhood Works America. So that's neighborhoodworks.org. And if you go to that website, I probably gave it to you. I don't remember. And if you just put, here and put Illinois, then you have all the groups in Illinois. And maybe take an afternoon. Okay, put search for Illinois here. because you know that these, at least I think these will probably be the most up-to-date list, that you could get, because this is an association of nonprofit organizations that help people with housing. Okay, so what you are, because you have limited income, so you call everybody in Chicago there. There's 2 or 3 in Chicago, maybe there's more, even outside of Chicago, around the area, to see. But at least start with the 2 in Chicago, and explain the situation to them, what you're looking for, or that you want a home. That's it. That's it. Limited income or whatever. What kind of options are there available? Other people spend a lot of time thinking about this. See, the problem we have in searching for help is that we think we know the answer, so we're looking for that answer, and you really have to do it the reverse. You don't know the answer to your problem. You just know the problem. So point it out that way. Okay, here's my problem. I'm looking for housing. How do you think I could solve this problem? And these are the kinds of people who spend careers studying that, and they're not making money at it. See, that's what I try to guide you to, are people who don't make money at solving housing problems. Brokers make money at solving housing problems, so they just want it to be an easy way for you to make money. So if you had a perfect credit score and all and some money, that would be easy, okay? But it isn't. So this way is different. And if you go to HUD.gov and put in counseling, and then there's probably in the report I sent you, I forget exactly all I sent you. It may be there. So just leave me a message if you can't find them. But I hope that explains it a little better for you on what may be necessary. And even that is not guaranteed. There's no guarantees about anything. The other place you may want to contact is your area office on aging. So if you call 211 and then call the area office on aging, so all they do is help people, seniors solve problems, and this is a typical senior problem. So they may have some suggestions or points to other sources. So you really are in the Sherlock Holmes category now of effort that's required, and doing that research and looking for possibilities. And remember, see, even if you don't want to take a course or something like that, but you still contact that company or organization, say, hey, this is what I'm after, and don't say you want $45,000. No, I'm looking to buy a home on a limited income. What are my options? That's what you ask those people, because they're in the business. So if you don't want to get anything, or that you don't think they can help you, they may be able to help you, and by pointing you to somewhere that they know about, because it's different every city, every block, everything. So that's why I certainly don't know, but I know where that answer probably lies, if there is an answer. And the name of the game in life is, man, you don't know, and you kick over stones until you get lucky. So I hope this helps a little better. I'm sorry I couldn't find you that one program that may help, but I hope that this little video gives you a little sense of the tactics you have to use to get that stuff, because it's not logical thinking in a way, and it's only because it's very complicated out there, and it's not logical, and so you have to think illogically to live in an illogical world. Okay, well, have fun doing it, because that makes the medicine go down. Now, let's see. I got to figure out how to turn this off.